Love didn't drain you. Lack of boundaries did. Some people think love is what exhausted them. But honestly, it wasn't love. Love didn't drain you. Lack of boundaries did. Because real love is not supposed to leave you emotionally empty, mentally exhausted, anxious, resentful, and constantly overwhelmed. What drained you was over-giving, over-explaining, over-tolerating, and abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. A lot of people are not tired from loving. They are tired from carrying relationships with no limits. And today, we need to talk about it. Because many people mistake self-destruction for love. Some people were taught that boundaries are selfish. A lot of us grew up believing that good people always sacrifice themselves. So we learned, saying no is rude. Choosing yourself is selfish. Rest is laziness. And boundaries are rejection. Especially women. Many women were raised to prioritize everybody else's emotions before their own. Keep the peace. Be understanding. Don't be difficult. Don't hurt feelings. Don't make people uncomfortable. And because of that conditioning, some people become adults who feel guilty protecting themselves. So they tolerate too much, answer every call, solve everybody's problems, give endless chances, stay available 24/7, carry emotional burdens that were never theirs. Then eventually, they burn out. Not because love is bad, but because they never learned where they end and other people begin. Without boundaries, love becomes exhaustion. When boundaries are missing, relationships slowly become emotionally unsafe. You start feeling responsible for everybody's moods. You become afraid of disappointing people. You say yes when you mean no. You tolerate disrespect to avoid conflict. You overextend yourself trying to prove your love. And after a while, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Because people who lack boundaries slowly disappear inside relationships. Some people call this love, but it's actually fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of losing people, fear of being called selfish. Healthy love does not require constant self-betrayal. If loving someone requires you to constantly ignore your own needs, something is wrong. Many people confuse access with love. This is important. Some people think love means unlimited access to you, unlimited time, unlimited emotional labor, unlimited forgiveness, unlimited sacrifice. And the moment you create limits, they accuse you of changing. But boundaries are not punishment. Boundaries are protection. They teach people how to treat you. And honestly, the people who become angry when you set boundaries were often benefiting from your lack of them. That friendship that drained you probably lacked boundaries. That relationship that exhausted you probably lacked boundaries. That family dynamic that constantly overwhelms you probably lacks boundaries. Because without boundaries, even love can become suffocating. You cannot pour from an empty cup forever. Some people are emotionally exhausted because they became everybody's safe place while having nowhere safe themselves. They listen to everybody, help everybody, support everybody, rescue everybody. But nobody asks how they are doing. And the painful part? Sometimes they trained people to expect endless access to them. So the moment they become unavailable, people feel offended. But exhaustion is often the body's way of saying, something about this is unhealthy. You were not created to carry everybody. You are allowed to rest, allowed to disconnect, allowed to say, I can't do this right now. That does not make you cold. It makes you human. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. A healed person understands something powerful. Boundaries are not walls to keep love out. They are filters that protect peace. You teach people your value by what you allow consistently. If you allow disrespect repeatedly, people normalize disrespect. If you constantly abandon yourself for others, people expect self-sacrifice from you forever. Boundaries say, I matter too. My needs matter too. My peace matters too. And the right people will respect that. Healthy people do not punish you for protecting yourself. They adjust. They communicate. They respect your limits. Because real love does not require unlimited access to your energy. Stop calling self-abandonment love. Maybe what drained you was never love itself. Maybe what drained you was lack of boundaries, lack of reciprocity, lack of emotional safety, and constantly abandoning yourself for other people. You kept pouring from an empty cup, kept saying yes when your soul was screaming no, kept shrinking yourself to maintain relationships. And now you're exhausted. But hear me carefully. You do not need to destroy yourself to prove you care. You are allowed to protect your peace, allowed to choose yourself, allowed to stop over-explaining your boundaries to people committed to misunderstanding them. Because healing begins the moment you realize love was never supposed to cost you yourself. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And in the comments, tell me honestly, what boundary changed your life the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.